Welcome back to Math with Patrick. It's May 19th, and this above my head is problem number 139 from the Daily Epsilon calendar. And since today is May 19th, the answer today should also be 19. So this number here is just 19, and we should set out and figure out why. Okay, I think it's kind of funny that they're using the current year in this problem, and aren't these numbers both 19 away from 2025, right? Because if I do 2025 um, minus 19, I could do like a little bit of minus 2006 rather is what I wanted to do. I could do a little bit of borrowing and show that that's just a 19. And then if I find the difference between these two numbers, I'm pretty sure this is also a 19, right? I could do some more borrowing. That's a 9. That's a 1. Okay. So I have a hunch that these numbers aren't all too special, honestly. And this 19 could show up with any starting number right here. And I want to prove it that way, actually. I want to show that if we take the square root of x squared minus, and then the product of x minus 19 and x plus 19, this right here that I wrote should just be 19. And so it doesn't matter that we're starting with like this year right now, 2025. We should be able to plug in 2000 for x or like 1000. Maybe there are some weird numbers that don't work, but let's just see what happens with this algebra. I'm going to, how about expand everything? Why not? X squared minus, and then these two should be x squared. And then, since the outside term is 19x and the inside term is negative 19x, those two cancel out. And so I do just get minus whatever 19 squared is. I think that's 381. But actually, let's see. I don't think I really need to know what this number is. Let me just double check. 9 times 9 is 81. 9 times 1 plus 8 is 17. Placeholder 0. 1 times 19 is 19. And then adding these up. Okay, 361. My bad. I don't think I actually need to know that for this problem, though. I'll just keep it as 19 squared. I shouldn't forget this square root right here, because once I distribute this negative sign right here, I will get x squared minus x squared, and then a plus 19 squared. That's just because subtracting a negative is basically the same thing as adding. And then the x squared and the x squared cancel. So this is kind of me showing that it doesn't even matter what this x is. I will just be left with the square root of 19 squared. And these two operations are exactly inverses of each other. If you square a number and then square root it, you're going to get right back to where you started with with one caveat, where if you squared a negative number and then square rooted it, you would actually get to the positive version. So I was a little bit wrong there. But if we start at a positive 19, square it and square root it, we are just going to get right back to another positive 19. So wasn't that special that we had a 2025 right here. It could have been any number. And ultimately, this kind of setup where this number is 19 less and this number is 19 more than what we're beginning with, we're going to get a 19 overall. Cool. We're all done. Thanks for coming along and solving this with me. I'll see you tomorrow.